Hello, welcome back to another video. I hope you are all doing well. This week there is going to be so much progress happening in the house, and as you can tell I am super excited about it. I think it's one of those things when you get paint on the walls, you kind of know that the room is slowly coming together as such. I know we are a long way off finishing, but I think as soon as we've got the panelling on and the dado rails up, it'll feel a bit more like a proper room, as opposed to the plastered walls and ceilings and the whitewash that we've got going on at the moment. So yeah, hopefully I'll have a bit more content for you all this week with regards to that. The only thing that's holding us up is the delivery of the panelling and the dado rails. We decided to go with Build World for the panelling of the kind of rectangles, and then we have gone with, now I've totally forgot, it's gone out of my head, I think it's MDF skirting or something like that. What I'll do is I'll tag them in the description and let you know what they are like when they arrive, if they're any good or not. The colour in here, which is the second bed, is the same colour that's going in the small bedroom, but for our bedroom we've chosen a completely different colour. So I will look forward to seeing what that looks like when that is done. And we have already got our blinds for that, we've already got the radiators, so fingers crossed once the painting's done that'll kind of be the next stage of that. And we have looked online and I think we've whittled it down to the bed that we want to order. Now delivery for that is pretty much standard, so we're sort of holding off ordering that until we know when the carpets are going to be done. Yeah, there's so much to think about, but I can't wait to get the rooms done now. Of colour in our bedroom and I absolutely love it. It's definitely a bit darker than the colour in the second bedroom, which is exactly what we wanted. And I mean, it's not all done and this isn't the colour that it's going to look. It will deepen a little bit when the second coat is on, but seeing this colour on the walls makes me so excited. I'm getting ahead of myself, I know, because we are still a long way off, but it is still nice to see it. And you can probably actually see the wood filler around the door frames. I've literally just gone round today and just filled in all of the sort of nail holes and stuff ready for all of the frames and the skirting to be glossed. I'll just give you a quick pan. So the only thing Sam hasn't done is cut around the edges at the top. The ceiling is totally spray painted now with both coats, so that is pretty much done. Sam just needs to put a hole in the ceiling for the light. This wall here, the beige colour hasn't gone across the top yet because from sort of here onwards down it's going to be white anyway, so we're going to do that at a bit of a later stage. But pretty much everywhere else has got this really nice deep neutral colour, and I did want it slightly darker in this bedroom than I did in the other room anyway, and it's definitely giving nice calm neutral vibes. The only thing is this bedroom is, would I say it's kind of north facing, so it actually only gets the sun during the morning and then goes round into the back during the afternoon, so which is perfect for the garden. But obviously because this room is kind of darker anyway most of the time, it kind of makes it look even darker in here. But that's the kind of look we was going for anyway. So that is something to bear in mind, whereabouts you get the sun hitting each room and how you want the rooms to look as well. If you've got a room that's quite dark and doesn't get a lot of sun and you really want to brighten it, then definitely go lighter with the colour. One last thing that I do want to mention, because I know I've been blabbering on about paint, is that we decided to go for the Good Home B&Q paint in Slingy Rook. So that colour shade is actually a Valspar colour, but because we've ended up using the Good Home Tough and Durable paint in the second bedroom, we actually know that it's quite a decent kind of paint and we seem to get on all right with it in that bedroom, so we've continued that in here. And I would say that it's quite more of like a brown neutral colour. I mean, I'm not good with my shades, but it doesn't look too pink, because that was one thing that I didn't want this room to have, like a kind of pinky undertone, which I don't think it does. I mean, I might change my mind after the second coat, but at this moment in time, I am really pleased. I honestly don't know what to say or how to say this, but our life basically got turned upside down last week and life has just been totally on hold since then. Last Friday, Oscar and Rosie got rushed to the emergency vets. I don't really want to go into the finer details of what happened or anything like that. Everything's still a bit raw at the moment. I haven't got any more tears left to come out, but they have basically been in there for quite a few days. I mean, Rosie came back on Sunday, so she was in there for 2 days, and Oscar got it worse than what she did, so he was in intensive care as soon as he arrived at the emergency vets. So he has been in longer and he came out on Tuesday of this week, and since then I have just been with them constantly. Life has honestly been put on hold. Work, house renovation, just everything, just so that I can be with them and care for them. We are keeping our fingers crossed everything will be okay. Rosie is, I say she's totally fine. She's obviously not come out as worse as Oscar, but Oscar still has to go back to the vets for several blood tests here and there. So I just wanted to put it out there because this video is just going to be a bit of a here, there and everywhere, and for the next couple of weeks it will probably be the same. Now obviously, because we have got them back home now, it's a lot less stress, it's a lot more sort of relief, and so grateful that we've got them back now. So we are doing little bits and bobs around the house where we can, now that when we're both home basically. When it's just myself, I am constantly with them, just making sure they're okay. I wanted to address this situation not because I want any sympathy in any way, it's just because I wanted to be raw and honest. I know the internet can be a toxic place, to be made out that everything in life is happy for everybody, because it really isn't, and things happen in life that we can't control, and I personally have put myself out there to document our house renovation and our lives on a weekly basis, that I felt like I wanted to explain what's been going on in our lives. I could have easily brushed over what has been happening, but I just wanted to be honest. Now that I have explained everything that has been going on, I am not going to keep mentioning it going forward. The only thing that I obviously will do is just keep you updated on how they are. Now they are very sleepy at the moment, and they have been very cuddly since obviously they've come back from the vets. They've had quite a traumatic experience, so I'm just putting all my energy into them at the moment. Today's Sam's first day back golfing again, and later on I think we're just going to do a little bit in the house. Now we have managed to do a little bit since I last put down the camera, but I haven't felt like I have wanted to pick up the camera up until now, so I will just give you an update as to where we've got up to. Sam has has mowed the grass outside, he has trimmed everywhere outside as well, and we have managed to put up some dado rails, which is exciting. But like I say, I didn't want to pick up the camera until now, until I felt really ready to come back again. So pleased to have our babies back now. One last thing that I did want to say is that I take my hat off to each and every single one of you that is a veterinary nurse or surgeon out there. I honestly don't know how you can do it. You are such incredible people, and Oscar and Rosie would not be here without you guys, so for that we are forever grateful. Please do ignore how pale I currently am. Obviously that's not been at the forefront of my mind, but Sam is currently lawn mowing outside, which, yeah, you can probably hear him doing that, and I just thought I'd give you a quick update before we continue on doing a little bit more work in these bedrooms. So in here we have put up the dado rail. Now, we had a bit of a debate as to whether Sam thinks that we should have gone inside here, whereas I thought that maybe we should have ended it here, because you're not going to see in there because the Roman blinds coming down here. But I think Sam is right, it did probably need doing. So yeah, anyway, that comes from the door frame. We decided to do it at that height all around the top here, and I have gone in with the wood filler just to fill in all the nail holes. Now with this dado rail I chose to have a picture rail, so if I just show you what it looks like, and it was from Skirting World. And as you can see, the little groove at the top, that's so that I can sort of like hang photos down from there, just get some special hooks so that as it comes down it's basically not going into the wall, which is perfect. So that's why I didn't want to go too low with it as well, or else it would have looked silly trying to hang pictures from it. So yeah, that's with that one. And then in the main bedroom, which I'll show you in a moment, we've decided to go for this design. Now, I didn't want a picture rail in the main bed, I just kind of wanted a bit of a lip so I could rest stuff against the wall if I wanted to, and we've gone with a bit of a thicker design with that compared to this one. And that yet again was from Skirting World, if I've not mentioned that already. Please do bear with me, my mind is all over the place at the moment, but we did order these primed, because you can select on the website whether you want it primed, unprimed, painted, so we've just gone with primed for now, so that we can just paint over the top and do what we want with it. This is what it looks like in the main bed. Obviously, if you'd watched my previous videos, you will know that we're just having it across this back wall here, and then the panelling has actually arrived from Build World, so we're going to sort of start marking that out today, ready for Sam to put that on tomorrow. So this is what it looks like up close. Obviously it's really, really dirty and horrible at the moment, but hopefully it will look really nice when that is done. And that is pretty much it. Oh, what I will do is I'll just quickly go into the bedroom and just show you what the garden looks like from up here, because it looks a bit different to how it looked before. So Sam's just lawn mowing down there, but this is where we had the, what do we call it? The table and chairs in the middle here, and as you can see it's damaged the grass there, so we've just moved all that. Sam has already lawn mowed and trimmed once, but he's obviously going over it again this weekend, and then I decided to just put my plant pots across the back here. We ended up getting some solar lights and just placing it on the fence here, and then over on the other side. Next door's blossom tree has just bloomed overnight and it looks absolutely beautiful, and even though it's sort of coming over into our garden, I quite like it because it just looks so pretty. Are you joking? Sam! How are we going to fix that?
I'm not. It's coming down with the scaffolds there.
Are you sure you're having fun? that now, folks? I see something on Instagram with regards to mitering edges of the wood panelling, the mouldings, and they literally just used the miter snips, which Sam is using now, and he was reluctant to try it out because he thinks that every DIYer can't do things properly, yet this is working out to be so much quicker and less messier than your chop saw.
It's not quicker.
Well, it's less messier, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much.
It doesn't work, it's too thick.
There you go. You just sand the edges. Okay, so Mr. Smarty Pants over here has realised why I can't get all the way through with the snips. Don't laugh at me. Can you pass me the snips, please? So basically the depth of the blade actually doesn't go all the way through with the thickness of the mouldings. So if you had some snips that had a bigger depth of blade, then it'd be able to get through it quite easily. But it's having to squeeze it, and then, yeah, so this bit here needs to be a little bit deeper to be able to get through it. So he's having to snip it a little bit and then basically just snap it off and then snip off the excess. Get it done quick though, won't it?
Yeah, probably.
So you're gonna miter glue the edges, bond the edges first before actually sticking it up on the wall. So we briefly marked out whereabouts the squares are gonna go. Now we've gone 100mm gap in between each set of rectangles and 100mm from the top and 100mm from the bottom of the skirting. We have slightly got to manoeuvre the rectangles a little bit more because of the wall heights that we've got going on here. So it's not going to be 100% exact, but it will definitely look aesthetically better once it's up. So yeah, he's just measuring it all out, cutting them down, and then he's going to miter bond with the glue and the spray onto the edges here, and then he'll then just, you nail gunning it? Nailing it to the wall as opposed to gluing it, because if in the future we want to take it off, when in the future we want to take it off, it means that there's going to be less mess on the walls as opposed to the gluing. So yeah, I'm say, don't get your fingers stuck, or don't get it stuck onto the floor. I thought I would give you one last update before I end the video here. You can probably hear the small bed echoing in the background, but that room is almost complete. It's definitely more ahead than the main bed, and by no means it's not almost complete at all. I don't know why I said that, but all the prep work is mainly done in there now, so all that's left is to get some colour on the walls, which Sam is going to do this evening. He's going to get the Cancun B&Q shaded paint here, and then obviously this bit is just being kept white as it is. So it is actually finished from the ceiling down to the dado rail. The white Sam has finished on there as well. So when the colour is on later on tonight, it should sort of divide that up quite nicely. so that you can actually see the pictorial a little bit better. But he's also managed to cork all of the skirting, and he sanded the wood filler off that I've done in here, and then he's got rid of the wood and just obviously painted over that in white. I think he's just undercoated this for the time being, so this has got to be glossed along with the skirting, and fingers crossed we can get the electrician in to over the next week or so to put in the points for the sockets. And then last night Sam managed to put a hole in the ceiling ready for the light as well, so everything in here is pretty much prepped to go. Like I say, Sam later is going to get this painted, and then the next step I would say is to get the blind up, really exciting, and then to get the radiator sorted as well. So my job for today is to get this window all cleaned up, peel all the stickers back, because it's absolutely filthy. You can probably see from the side here there's quite a lot to do, so I'm just going to go in with the standard window cleaner, trusty Pink Stuff multi-surface cleaner, to try and get this up. One thing that I absolutely love to use on the UPVC is solvent cleaner. So if you've not used it before, and you have coloured windows, whether that be anthracite grey, charcoal green or whatever, then I don't recommend using solvent cleaner because the substance is too harsh and will take the colour off. But if you have white windows on the inside, then that's totally fine to use. Great to get the dirt and grime off of the white UPVC. So sorry if that was a bit boring, but I'll try and attach a link in the description with regards to where you can get solvent cleaners from. Obviously we get it through work, but I think you can get it through Amazon. So if I can link it below, I will do. But this is where we're at the moment in there. And then coming into the main bed, Sam has finished paneling the back wall. Absolutely love it. I didn't want the rectangles to be too big. I just wanted them to be quite a nice sort of thickness apart so we could get quite a few in, and absolutely love it. Sam has got to do one more coat of the white on this bottom half, which I believe he'll be doing when he gets back home, and he's already put in the light point up here. Ceiling is done, and then this top half here, sorry that's just gone out of focus, there we go. This top bit here will be this colour that goes on that top bit, this beigey colour to go up there, so that this panelling will stand out a bit more once that top bit is done. So there's still quite a lot to do in here. Sam has actually sanded off all the wood filler around the room, and he's actually corked this back edge because he, like I say, he has done one coat on here. But I haven't actually showed you the moulding, so we decided to go for this one in the end, from Build World, and I didn't want anything that was going to stick out too much and look too big and bulky, so it's nice and sort of slimline, and I really like the look of it. I've actually got to clean this window, but that's not on the top of my to-do list for today, but I think if Sam has got time this evening, he's also going to cork around the rest of this skirting and also get the undercoat done. But it just depends on how much time he's got today, and I keep saying that Sam's doing everything, but I am working in the gym, so I would have tried to film a couple of bits of him doing stuff tonight, but as I won't be here, I'm not going to put that on him to film. So yeah, hopefully in the next video the painting will be, I say will it be done, I'm not really sure, but there'll definitely be a lot more paint on the walls. In this small bedroom it will look quite a lot different, so hopefully I can get quite a lot filmed over this next week. It is Bank Holiday Monday coming up, so hopefully we'll be able to get quite a bit more done in the house, and I'll have some interesting stuff to film, hopefully, fingers crossed.